Hi everyone, welcome to Ekascloud. So my name is Yuraja. Today going to some interesting webinar. We discussed in IT infrastructure. Another one important topics, Windows Server. So server, particularly server. So what is server? It's a general term for IT infrastructures. So it means a server is a computer or system that provides resources. What resources will provide? Data, services or programs to other computers known as clients or, or over a network. In theory, whenever computers share the resources with client machines, they are considered server. So this is a terms for server. And next is, there are some common servers used by organizations. Some many servers are there. So now we have discussed some few things are listed. Used by organizations are mentioned below. See there, Active Directory server is one of the best server for Windows environment. So it's a only one service for an universal Windows server environment. It's particularly is Windows product, Active Directory service or server. And next is mail server. Is a mail configuration is there. And application server, some applications using the clients, so using that particular application server. And print servers. And these are all some few servers. So next is, what is the advantages using the server in IT environment? First of all, centralization of control. So you manage the centralization control to all other client machines. So that's why we are go for server. So how to promote the server? So that is another things we discussed in future webinars. So how to centralized manage server? What is the service are using manage centralized services, particularly using Active Directory services. And the next is scalability and easy maintenance. So these are all some few advantages for server. And the next is, what is operating systems? What is operating system? It's like a shortly called OS. This operating systems means, see there, operating system is an interface between the user and the hardware. So generally user cannot interact the hardware directly. So in user and hardware in between interactions using operating systems. So operating systems only know the hardware language. So and enables the interactions of computer hardware and software. So once again, user directly interaction to hardware is no way, but in between user and hardware using operating system. So operating system only know the hardware languages. So next is, also an operating system is a software which performs all the basic tasks like file management, memory management, storage management, process management, handling input and output, and controlling peripheral devices such as disk drives and printers. So these are all operating systems terms. And the next is, This is a some example diagram for, so user cannot interaction to hardware directly, so user to hardware in between using operating system, so operating system only know the user and hardware languages. Operating systems, so many operating systems are there, not only for Windows, in another vendors are there in RT and Linux, so many vendors are there. And this is examples for operating systems interactions. And next is, all different operating systems types are listed below. What is a vendors? Like vendors, Windows operating systems. Windows is in two operating systems are there, one for server operating systems and another one for client operating systems. And the next product, iOS, Mac operating systems, and Ubuntu, and novel networks, and Unix and Linux. So these are all operating system products. And next is, some difference between server operating systems and client operating systems. What's the difference in these two operating systems in Windows environment? See there now. It is an server operating system. It is an operating system that is designed to be used on server. So particularly used for server operating systems, used for server. It is used to provide services to multiple clients. So multiple clients, if you want access the services, so you must be using server operating systems. It can serve multiple clients at a time. It is very advanced operating systems. And the next is client operating systems. What is client operating systems? It is an operating system that operates within desktop. It is used to obtain services from a server. It runs on the client devices like laptop, computer, and it is very simple operating systems in compared to server operating systems. And next is list of server operating system and client operating system in Windows Server environment listed below. Server operating systems: Windows Server 2000, Windows Server 2003, Windows Server 2003 R2, Windows Server 2008 8 R2. R2 means release. And Windows Server 2012, Windows Server 2012 R2, and Windows Server 2016, and Windows Server 2019. So now technical previews is launched in 2021. And client operating systems: Windows XP, Windows Vista, and Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, and Windows 10, and Windows 11 also will go for technical preview. And so these are server and client operating systems. And the next is, what's the difference in server operating system, client operating systems? So particularly server operating system, it is used to provide services to multiple clients. That's why we can use server operating systems. But client operating system, it can obtain services from a server. And next is, it can serve multiple clients at a time. That is a valid point for server operating system. But client operating systems serves a single user at a time. Server operating systems, it runs on the server and it runs on the client devices like laptop, computer, etc. And next is, it has greater processing power, but client operating systems, it has less processing power. And next is, it is highly efficient in server operating systems, but client operating system is less efficient. And server operating system example particularly Windows, Red Hat, and Linux. And client operating systems, Windows and Androids. So some many operating systems are there. So these are all some few difference in server operating systems and client operating systems. And the next is what is virtualizations and types. So first of all, in on-premises environment, so in previous days, all are using the physical devices. In IT environments, some developing and developing more in each and every days. So some reduce the physical on-premises resources, some reduce. So how to reduce it? So introduced virtualizations is a best and it's a good technology for IT infrastructures. And what is virtualization? Is general terms for virtualization. Virtualization is a process of creating multiple virtual machines and operating system from one physical hardware. So normally one physical hardware using one physical operating system using some particular users are using. But now come to virtualization. So in physical hardware, to create multiple virtual machines means like single computers. So this is a virtualizations. And then next is each machine works independently, that is highlighted, independently work in each and every virtual machines from single hardware, from each other and have their own operating systems. This is also highlighted. So this is a virtualization terms. And the next is each virtual machine has the virtual hardware, like our on-premises physical device, example computer, CPU, storage like hard disk, and some NIC card and RAM. So many things, hardware things are there. In a virtualization, same things. In virtual CPU, virtual storage, and virtual networks are there. So next is virtualization types. Some 6 types are there. So see there, hardware virtualization, and hardware types virtualize and access environment. And the next is application virtualizations and server virtualizations and network virtualization, desktop virtualization, storage virtualization. So some many virtualization is there. So this is a types of virtualizations. And the next is benefits of virtualizations. What is the benefits in IT environment using virtualizations? It saves space as well as operating cost. It's a main thing. And the next is easy management of the data centers. So easily to get managed. So in IT environments wants to 10 physical machines, so 10 physical racks are there, and using and each and every machine using and 10 desktop and 10 CPU. So many things are there, but we are going to virtualizations. 10 desktops are there, and only one servers are using. So that particular servers will go for virtualization, will create the multiple virtual machines. So this is a easy management of the data centers, and it can increase the productivity of IT environment. So this is the benefits of virtualizations. So this is a basic terms, introduction terms for server. So thanks for watching this webinar. So anything go for anything, go for using www.ekascloud.com any queries. So thanks for watching.